All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Carolina's Collectors Connection. We got with us tonight, we got Zach Legend, we got Zach Jack Dan. So just three of us tonight. A couple of our other partners weren't able to make it tonight, but we got some things we really want to discuss and talk about that's very relevant for right now. So we'll go ahead and then I guess we've kind of done our introductions. But Zach, this is your first time with us on the cast, so tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel.
All right, yeah, I'm Zach Legend. I mostly deal with Marvel Legend figures, so comes like reviews, news videos, stuff like that. I've expanded a little bit more lately, and I'm touching on a few other toys and whatnot. But that's pretty much it. I've been doing this for a year and a half, 2 years now, so it's been good. And so yeah, check me out, Zach Legend. Appreciate you guys having me on here.
Cool, man. We're glad to finally get you on here and able to work it out in your schedule. Daniel, for the new guys that maybe haven't watched one, give us a little bit about your channel.
All right, so I'm Zach Jack Dan. Of course, I am Zach Legend's father, so we do share the same collection. So if you see any of that shelf in my videos, it is the exact same shelves that are in Zach Legend's videos. So there was a question of that the other day, if we're buying two of every figure, and we are not. So my channel deals with a lot of every, so I go through and provide you with every Marvel Legend, every Black Series, whatever. If you request it, I'll probably make it. Go out there and check it out.
Cool, and we'll have links down in the description to both these guys' channels. And then I'm Man Cave Collectibles. I review a little bit of everything. Statues and comic books are probably my true love and passion, but a little bit of Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, Omnibus. I kind of review it all. So check out my channel as well. And again, we'll have links in the description for Zach and Dan's channels below. So let's jump right on into our cast. So Zach, you got anything new this week? You reading anything you want to talk about?
Review-wise, figure-wise, I haven't really got that much lately. I think the most recent thing I got was the 2020 Iron Man figure, which it was pretty good.
You got a review. You have a review on that, right?
I do have a review up on that. It was a good figure. Reused that 80th anniversary Iron Man mold, so it's good. But yeah, check that out. As far as what I've been reading, what I just finished not too long ago was the Amazing Spider-Man Hunted, and yeah, it was a pretty good book overall. I enjoyed it. It's good seeing a bunch of different animal-based villains and whatnot sort of come together and go against Craven a little bit. So it was an interesting read, but that's pretty much it.
Cool, man. What you got, Dan?
All right, so I'm starting off the Absolute Carnage stuff. So I got all kinds of graphic novels I got to read from the library. And our library in Charlotte-Mecklenburg is a great library to get books from. So if you're in this area, go check that out too. So I haven't started, but I'm excited to get into it.
Cool, man. And for me, let me grab something real quick off camera. So if you haven't watched my toy hunt videos recently, so two things I've picked up just in the last several days. We got the Blue Ranger, which I was very happy to pick up as I was making like $35, $40 offers on this guy on Mercari. And I actually, while I was in Target, I texted a guy that I'd made him like a $36 offer on it and was like, hey, man, I just found this in the wild. Can you please cancel that and not accept it? And he was really cool about it. He was like, man, congratulations. He was like, they're starting to hit. He's like, I should have took your offer. So I was like, well, yeah, probably so. So I got him for, $20 instead of the, $30 that I was planning, and then picked up the Pink Ranger Slayer, which she's a pretty cool character from the new Boom Studios line. So we'll be doing a review on her in the next probably day or so. So be looking out for that. And then as far as what I'm reading, I've been working on this thing for a while, but I'm reading the Batman Omnibus, the Zack Snyder and Greg Capullo run with like Court of Owls and really, really good stories. You've read this one, haven't you, Daniel?
Oh, yeah, I read all
Court of Owls and all that. Just great storylines, man. So the Omnibus collects 0 through 33, 23.2, and Batman Annual 1 and 2. So it's a lot of books to read, but I'm about 70% of the way through it. So really, really good book. Highly recommended. So, All right, cool. So that's what we've picked up this week. Any of you guys watching, man, feel free to put a comment below. What have you picked up this week? We would love to hear from you guys. We like hearing kind of what's in the wild. For me personally, I want to know if somebody's picking up the Neca TMNT stuff. I actually saw some stuff on Twitter today where guys were finding the Casey Jones 2-pack, the Leatherhead, the Metalhead. They were finding them in Target. So looks like I'll be going for some more toy hunting here pretty soon. See if I can get lucky. So the first thing we want to talk about tonight in our discussion is we want to talk about the Haslab Sentinel. So I'm going to pull up some pictures here. Daniel, why don't you lead us into this, man?
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I've done a couple of controversial videos, and I'm so glad I've been able to pull them down because Hasbro has actually provided us with another unlock, or a congratulations type unlock. We are getting a second tentacle for the Haslab Sentinel, so that'll be kind of a tier 4 unlock for the fact that we passed 10,000 subscribers. We're now at 11,000, not subscribers but backers. But we will get that second tentacle for the Sentinel, along with that Bastion figure there and his alternate head.
Now, this tentacle figure, it's just going to be identical to what we see here, right? It's just going to be two identical tentacles.
2 tentacles, yep.
Okay, cool.
So it makes sense.
Cool.
They already would have the mold. Zach was saying that earlier to me today, so that should be an easy fit for us.
Okay.
And if you scroll over, you'll see the couple of unlocks hopefully here.
Let's see here.
There he is actually using the bendy tentacle.
Got some blurry pictures here.
All right, so there's the first. Is that the first unlock? Was the Master Mold head?
Yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah, first. Then we've got the
So
damage head.
We got the battle damage hand and head.
Yeah. So I missed that we were getting a hand on that when when they announced it, I totally missed the hand altogether. It's just one hand though.
Yep,
right.
Just the one.
Just one hand.
And then the third unlock, tier 3 at 9,000 backers, was the female Sentinel Prime.
So what do you guys think of the Sentinel? What do y'all think of the Sentinel Primes, the male, the female? What do y'all think of those?
I like the army builder type of aspect of it. As far as, I mean, I would have preferred some other different figures in there. I don't really know exactly what, but it would have been cool to see some other Sentinel stuff sort of go along with that. But I think it was a good choice for them to sort of go and with that armor builder aspect, so that you don't have to, if you buy several of the Haslab Sentinel, you're not going to have to get several of a figure you're not really going to want some more of. So yeah, I like the Bastion. That's cool. The fact it comes with the alternate head, that's awesome. So I think it's good choices, but I would like to see some more.
What was the guy's name? Who? Go ahead, Dan.
I think with the female Sentinel Prime, I think that she definitely needed an alternate head too, so we can, if we're going to be army building, we need multiple just regular Sentinel heads for a female as well, in my opinion.
You think that could be something they throw into a pack, kind of like they did with what was his name, Shadow King?
It's possible,
maybe throw additional heads in.
It's possible. They were talking with a few of the big YouTubers out there, Shardamus and Boog and Toy Shiz, the Hasbro team was, and they were saying that there's all kinds of things they had thought about, like Zach was saying, that weren't really army builders, that actually thought about doing a Shadow Cat. What else did they talk about, Zach?
There was all like a bone type of Wolverine figure. So
yep.
I did hear. That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome. However, the all adamantium bone Wolverine figure actually came from that was like the beginning of Civil War. That didn't even come from a Sentinel, right?
Right.
That came from I can't remember the guy's name, but he explodes basically is his power.
Nitro.
Nitro. That's it. He began Civil War pretty much. So yeah, I'm happy about it. So right now I'm torn between buying either one or two to display a regular head and then a damaged version. How about you guys? Have y'all considered doing a second one? Or are you pretty well set on just purchasing one?
So yeah, we're looking at definitely doing two, except for the fact that I'm wanting to wait a little closer to the end of the what, 30 more days that we got to get more backers. And if it ends up being just, oversaturated with like 20,000 backers, then I'm probably going to hold off and pass on it. But if it stays low like this, around 12,000 maybe, then I'll probably go ahead and try to throw in another purchase.
Yeah. One good thing, and this is, I think we're all three in the same boat, is none of us are sellers per se. We're collectors first, and we're sellers. If we sell something, we sell it because we want to collect something else. I don't think we would ever necessarily have to worry about this thing dropping below the $350 price point. However, if they sell 15,000 of them and 5 years from now decide, I don't want to do Marvel Legends anymore, and there's 15,000 of these floating around, you're probably going to sell it for between $350 and $400. And again, I know there's always talk of people, well, the scalpers are buying them up. With Neca, there's a ton of scalper talk. Why can't the regular fans ever get these figures when they do pre-orders? They say the scalpers have these bots that go out and they purchase them before you and me can even, enter our pre-order. So it's not that I'm so worried about what's the price going to be down the road. However, at the same time, I don't want to buy something for $350 today and 5 years from now sell it for $200 either.
Exactly. Yep.
So I think we're all kind of in the same boat there. So that is definitely something to think about when you start thinking about, do I want to buy more than one? If you're a guy who's Marvel Legends till you die, then it probably don't matter. You could buy 2 or 3 of them. You're never going to sell them. You'll take them to your grave, give them to your kids in 10 years, whatever. It don't matter. But so it's definitely something to think about. So I don't know. The good thing is we got a month to figure it out.
Right.
So, but however, there will be scalpers on the market. I do believe there will be people that on day one, when this thing drops, there will be Sentinels on eBay for $1,200.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
And Zach and I were talking about this one earlier today, and this was a great one to choose because it is an army builder and it allows them to get these backers as fast as they did. Mm-hmm. Whereas if they'd have done like a Galactus or something,
true,
it might have been as slow and steady as Cookie
Very
Monster
true.
or even Unicron.
Unicron, that's true.
I think I would have still made it, but it would have probably been a lot slower. Yeah,
I agree. It definitely would have made it, and there's probably a place for Galactus in Haslab, but again, they're not going to have 11,000 backers in 10 days or whatever it's been, like they have with the Sentinel. So it'll be interesting. But going back to that scalpers market, the way we beat the scalpers as collectors is we don't give them $1,200. As soon, literally, as soon as the first guy, I see this in the comic book world all the time. Y'all know I buy comics all the time. As soon as somebody gives them $1,200, all of a sudden that Sentinel becomes worth $1,200, and that sets the standard from that point going forward.
That's how I choose my price. That I'm going to sell something for is whatever something's sold for.
That's it. So if all the other scalpers see that, Scalper Jim over here got $1,200, well, they're all going to mark theirs to $1,200. So that's how we beat them, and the same thing goes for NECA. People out there giving $100, $150 for Bebop and Rocksteady or Casey and Raphael 2-pack. Like, quit giving them that money, and the price comes down. It's just the way it is.
Hey, one other thing about the Haslab, they actually also mentioned on those casts with the big guys that they're thinking about doing a smaller tier, or smaller, not tier, but smaller price range Haslab type stuff. So like, Zach and I were talking about the fact that maybe they could do like teams that are kind of smaller teams, maybe Serpent Society or something that, like, if it hits the shelves, you're not going to probably buy it, but if you get the fans to back it to at least 6,000 backers, then if that's all you need to fund it, do it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think crowdfunding is kind of basically what Haslab is. It's a Kickstarter on Hasbro's website, and to me that's the way to do it going forward. Because it gives us all a chance. These pre-orders they do, these exclusive pre-orders, we can't get them. we don't ever get them. You can't, by the time you get your credit card information, it's gone. I love the idea of crowdfunding, Kickstarter stuff. I think that's the way to go going forward. And it takes all the risk off of the company.
Yep.
Hasbro has no risk with the Sentinel now. They know they can go build 15,000 of these things, or whatever it's going to end up being, 14, 15,000. They're already paid for. They're paid for August 24th, so there's no risk there. So I don't know why they don't do them all that way. Heck, just give us everything you do, give it through Haslab. I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, but then you lose out on your going out and doing all the toy hunts you like doing. So
that is true. You would have no more toy hunting at that point. Well, cool. So let's move on to our second topic of the evening. This will be a quick one. Just want to talk about the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure wave. Zach, where do we stand on that? What are you seeing out there? Is it out there? Are we still waiting on it? What's going on?
I've seen for the most part, there's been a couple people to pick it up. I know MCU Collector got it. Evira 94, I think they've reviewed it. So there are some people that have it, but as far as like a wide release, I think it'll probably be coming soon. But as far as actually being out there right now, like for the majority of the public, I'm not really seeing that. So hopefully we'll get it soon, but it's really just a waiting game.
Cool.
Yeah.
I saw this was a few weeks ago. I was actually watching them on eBay. There was some Strong Guy Build-A-Figures. They both went for over $200. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I was watching them both, and I actually had a bid in. I bid all the way up to $150. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be one of the first guys to ever have one and get a review done on it. That thing just kept going, man. It sold for like $212, and this was probably 3 weeks ago, a month ago. So I was like, screw that. I can't pay that kind of money. So, all right, well, cool. So we'll be looking out for that. I got mine pre-ordered through either Dork Side or Big Bad. I can't remember which one, but hopefully our online retailers will start dropping those in the next week or two. All right, guys. So jumping into our next topic is we got Toxin. This is a fan channel exclusive. So Zach, give us your thoughts on it.
It's a good one. I mean, I really enjoyed the Monster Venom body in general, so I think this one will be good. I like all the different new tendrils they got going on. The head sculpt looks great. So I think it's a solid figure. I think it's worth it. I know some people aren't super excited to get it, but hey, that's why it's fan channel. If you want to get it, you can. If not, it's really up to you. So I'm definitely going to be picking it up. I think it looks great, but that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I was a little worried that he might have been a little bit too big to be a Toxin figure, but I think it fits perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, if we compare it here to our most recent Toxin figure, what do you guys think as far as comic accuracy? I'm thinking the fan channel exclusive is more accurate to what we're seeing nowadays with Toxin, the most recent Toxin in comic books.
Yeah. I mean, sure, I feel like there's been different depictions of, Toxin over the years, but yeah, like you said, I feel like this one's more recent, like more like a monster type of Toxin going on. So
yeah,
it looks good. Yeah.
I think the paint scheme. I love Hasbro kind of doing something different with the paint work, kind of that fading in from red and black. You just don't see them do that a lot. They're very liney. It's like they hit a line and it's a different color. They hit a line and it's a different color. To see them actually do some fading, that takes us back to like Toy Biz, like Omega Red Toy Biz. And remember the paint work on a lot of those guys was not bad back then.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that, this is technically a Build-A-Figure, and rather than us getting it for $60, $70, we're getting it for $30. So
true that, man. Yeah.
I think the price is good, yeah.
I like it. I wonder if those tentacles would be removable or no.
They are.
Probably they are removable.
I'm pretty definite they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that idea. So if you're not big on all the crazy symbiote going nuts like that, then you can yeah, that's awesome. I hope it is. I hope that's right.
Yeah.
So moving into our next thing, we're gonna talk with Zach about 5 figures from his collection, which these guys have a massive Marvel Legends collection. 5 figures from their collection that they would like to see remade today using the new technology that that Hasbro has been using. The new joint systems. We're going to get pinless joints here pretty soon, I guess, which is going to be pretty cool. We haven't gotten any figures with that new joint system yet, have we?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
So Zach, take us over, man.
All right. So yeah, there's a lot of figures I'd like to see remade. I love Toy Biz for what it was. It was great, but I feel like a lot of figures do need to be updated. So it was tough to choose 5 because there are a lot, but I guess we're going to start off my 5th choice here. Got ourselves a Banshee. So I would love to see a new Banshee figure. I think it's definitely a good one. I know Dwight had been talking about, I think this is one that he worked on back in the day, and saying that he was really proud of this one for what it was back then, but I think it needs to be updated. It's a pretty basic body. I like the cloth type of goods on it, and yeah, I would love to see it, but that's just that.
Cool. Now, you want to see it? I'm assuming that would just be in a regular wave. That wouldn't be exclusive or build a figure. You just want to see that in a wave.
Right, regular, just X-Men wave, however they can fit it in there. I think
cool.
that, yeah. Moving on. We've got several figures of this character in the past couple of years, but I think we need a classic Doctor Strange, which I feel like they could probably give us maybe whenever the second Doctor Strange movie comes out. I know that's like 2 years away, but if they sort of maybe had this as an exclusive or had them in the wave, maybe even put this with like their type of like 80 years line that they've been doing, or they had. I think this would like work on that type of style. But this is another one. It's good. I like sort of the softer plastic of the cape, so I'd love to see their take on this. I think it's really one that we would need for our collection. So,
okay,
yeah, what do you think about that?
To me, I love that, man. We've gotten plenty of MCU versions of him. Let's see, how many MCU versions of Marvel Legends done?
At least 4.
At least 4.
Maybe.
So it's time to give us a color scheme in the classic version, I think.
So
he's a big enough character now.
Somebody made a suggestion the other day about the fact that like with the Black Widow movie came out, we had 3 exclusives that came out with that. 2 of them were comic based, 1 of them was movie based.
Yeah.
So they're thinking the same thing with Doctor Strange. Why not go ahead and give us a deluxe box for Doctor Strange with all kinds of different magical effects and
yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Especially like we got the War Machine coming, so that was awesome. I know that's hitting shelves now too, so that's going to be a good one. I think they can do the same type of stuff with Doctor Strange, so I'd love to see that.
All right, number 3.
Number 3, here we go. Falcon. I love, definitely a classic Falcon figure. I feel like we might actually see this year. I know people have been talking about this and begging for this for a while now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it this year. I hope we do. I know we're getting the Falcon and Winter Soldier show hopefully by the end of this year. I don't know. It's getting pushed back a little bit, but if there was a way for that, maybe they can throw them in there. Maybe we'll see them in a second Avengers Gamerverse wave. They threw in some other figures in that.
I was about to say the same thing. A second Gamerverse wave, that'd be the perfect wave to put him in there.
I agree. But I think it'd be cool also if they gave us a Red Wing. I don't know. I feel like if they threw him in there, I don't know if they will or not. No one has where they might not, but I think that would be a cool thing for them to do. I think it's something that, we got this older one that had it, so why not go ahead and give it to us? But
can they reuse any of the mold from Vulture?
I think they probably could, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I'm not the biggest fan of the Vulture body. I don't like how the wings
skinny.
Yes, well, not only that, but the wings constantly fall off. So
okay.
I would like to see them actually have the wings like permanently attached instead of having them to be cool. So
sure.
Who knows? And I feel like those wings, to be honest, look a little bit cheap. So it's
one thing I've learned with Hasbro is when we want these figures, the first thing we got to think in our head is what they're thinking about, and that's what mold do they have they could reuse. They're not going to give us a brand new mold for Falcon. You know, it's
Probably
just not a big enough figure, big enough name. They're just not going to do it with Falcon. So I always try to think in my head, what could they pull in that could make it happen? You know?
Yeah, they could very, very easily reuse that body. But yeah, I wasn't too impressed by that Vulture figure. I was really, whenever I was reviewing that, I just wasn't feeling it. But
Okay.
all
Number
right,
two.
number two. Sort of hesitant on which one I wanted to be number two, but I'm gonna go with Maestro.
Ooh.
So yeah, I would love this.
It's a good time too. He's getting his own comic book line right now.
Yeah, he would be awesome. I feel like they could easily do him as a deluxe figure, and maybe throw in a bunch of different other accessories. I think they could do a lot with this guy. So I know they've been a little. They've sort of started picking up a little bit more with their Hulk figures. Still don't have any Hulk waves. I'd love to see a Hulk wave, but maybe we'll see this guy as a deluxe one day.
Heck
Yeah,
man.
but like you're saying, with all the accessories you can throw in there, you got all kinds of just pieces that he's taken off the people he's beat, like the shield, Cap's shield broken, and Iron Man's helmet and Thor's hammer, whatever he's beat. He usually like puts on that sash that he had back in the really old Toy Biz days.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's what you'd want you'd want a classic version, right?
Right.
Yeah. Which really he hasn't changed that much over time. He's still kind of the same guy. If you look at like the cover of his #1 issue that's getting ready to come out, I mean, he looks like he did, when he first appeared for the most part. So yeah, that's a cool one. And I like your idea of doing deluxe. It ended up being a Target exclusive or something like Red Hulk. It'd be hard as heck to get hold of, but hey. All right, #1.
All right, so we've been talking about Haslab a lot. Haslab Sentinel, their second choice was Galactus, so I'm going Galactus. Yep.
That's perfect.
And you have to now because, Sentinel's going to be dwarfed, like making him look like a little midget now. So.
That's
true.
I
was looking at the guy, and I thought he was a great figure. He still is a great figure, but just looking at that Sentinel, it's crazy.
Let's see his comparison with the regular 6-inch. Can you hold up a 6-inch beside him? Let's see what just a basic 6-inch figure looks like.
Got Magneto right here.
We lost you on the feed there.
Oh, give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, there
Back
you go.
on?
Yep.
All right.
So mid thigh, just above his knee. So yeah, man, that he's almost irrelevant if you truly care about scale, which some collectors don't. I do. I love scale. To me, scale is huge. So yeah, that's going to kind of make him irrelevant. But how long would it take them to do, now that they've done the Sentinel, they kind of mix it up and, they want to hit Star Wars. They want to hit the Transformers fans. Now they've hit Marvel. Is it going to be 3 or 4 years before we would potentially see the next Marvel Legends Haslab?
Oh, yeah, because you're going to see Power Rangers. You're going to see some Megazords come out or something. You're going to see G.I. Joe's vehicles first. You're going to see what else? What the heck are they going to do with Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters, true.
Yep.
What would they do with Ghostbusters? Stay Puft?
I'm thinking either. I'm thinking that's probably an easy one, though. You had a big one of those?
I did have a big one of those. Who did that? Diamond?
Yeah,
I can't remember who did that. I mean, it was like 24 inches, the thing. It was huge.
But he showed me what his list was going to be. I went ahead and stole this guy off the shelf because I definitely want to see a Bucky redone. This guy's pitiful.
That is pitiful. They got so much better body molds now for a Bucky than that. So, all right, cool, man. Well, I like that, Zach. We'll see what happens, man. We'll have to come back and remember this list a year from now. Let's see if any of those 5 are remade. We know probably Galactus is coming. It probably won't happen in the next 12 months, we wouldn't imagine, but Galactus will definitely be one. But the other 4, those are all good points. So moving into our next topic, Daniel, we'll let you take over here. So this is predictions for tomorrow's event. This is going to be a huge event tomorrow. We all know SDCC would be going on right now, right? This is the week for SDCC. So we're going to have a lot of reveals. A lot of companies are going to be coming out with the things that they would have been revealing this week. So what do you think is going to happen tomorrow, Daniel?
All right, so you got any screen sharing here for us? So I'm going to start off with.
Let's see what we got here.
Let's go to the next one there.
Just a second here.
All right, so
All right.
first off, I think they're going to finally reveal to us what the fan vote was. And here's the mystery picture, but go ahead and go to the next one. And we got the Silk, the Sif, and the White Electra. I don't know what they voted. I'm thinking it'll probably end up being Silk.
That Silk looks amazing.
What I would rather see myself would be the Sif figure. What about y'all?
I mean, since we already have a Sith and a Silk, I feel like I'm gonna go with the White Electra. Just it's something different. I mean, I feel like I could use her with more different displays. I need several more like Electras for the. I think I probably could sort of put her different places. So out of all of them, I would go with Electra. But I know it's probably it's probably more of like an unpopular sort of idea of that. I know probably a lot more people are going to go with Sith or Silk. But
have they already used this body mold for Electra? Is that the body mold that we got with the 4-pack?
4-pack? No, she wasn't in a 4-pack.
Oh, I thought she was in the
Defenders. No,
she was in the
SP Defenders.
Starway.
Yeah, SP/DD. What's it, Spider or whatever his name is.
That's right. That's right. She wasn't in the 4-pack, the Amazon 4-pack, was she?
No.
So I think Silk is going to win myself, but I really don't need another mold of Silk. So
no.
Is this more like a current suit Silk?
Yes.
Okay, it's not her classic. Y'all have the classic there, correct?
Right.
Let's see that.
Got this one right here.
Okay, so that's more like her first appearance.
So it's got more of the gray look to it in her chest area than this one's got the bright white look.
Okay. Same mold? Is it the same mold?
I'm not entirely sure. It could be different, but I mean, I don't see why they would need to change it. But
yeah, I like that mold there. That's a good mold that they've already got.
Yeah, it is.
Be interesting to see. So what you're saying, Daniel, is we will hear the outcome to this tomorrow.
I'm thinking, that's going to be one of the announcements tomorrow. Go ahead and go to the next slide.
Okay.
And I think that we'll probably see this 3-pack here. We know Nimrod. They've already revealed that, and that he's not going to be released as a Build-A-Figure, and he's not going to be released individually as like a deluxe. So speculation out there is that it is going to be a 3-pack with Phantom X and Psylocke. I don't think it's going to be the classic Psylocke like we already gotten in the past. Zach, you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be the House of X.
More like a British look.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going more that route because I know the Nimrod's more based off of that storyline, and we got the Sentinel based off of that as well, and we're going to have a House of X powers. What is it? We're having that a whole wave of that next year too. So I think they'll probably end up going with a House of X Psylocke because I know there's a different look with that. So
I think we'll see that 3-pack tomorrow.
Is Phantom X going to be like a whole new body mold from what we've already got? Is it going to be X-Force paint scheme? What's it going to be?
I don't think he's really changed much over the years. I think he's pretty much the same, except the time that he split off into 3 different bodies. I don't know if you ever read that storyline or not, but he had a white and black version, a black and white version, and then a female version that kind of split off into 3 people with his 3 different. I think he's got 3 different brains or 3 different hearts or something like that. Something crazy like that. I can't remember his storyline.
That's still not a bad looking figure right there, though. People complain about it so much, but I didn't feel like it was that bad of a figure.
It's on an older body though. It still has like the awful like hip, like the ball like piece for the leg right there.
Yeah, the ball hip thing.
Update. Yeah. It needs an update, but
now I know a lot of people actually were saying that theirs was getting discolored as well. And I don't feel like ours is, but I think a lot of people were saying theirs was coloring. So
is it like a yellowing, like the white's yellowing or something? Or
it's funny, it was actually greening.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say a yellowing would come from the sun, but I ain't never heard of it greening. So okay, well that's cool. So that's
So we are probably going to be getting. This is going to be our SDCC exclusive. Is a Hellfire Club box set. So here's the logo that they kind of teased us with today. So we're going to go to the next one. And I don't know that it's going to be this big of a team, but I do definitely think we're getting Sebastian Shaw because they teased with his foot earlier in the year when they showed us the Sentinel leg. We're probably going to get a new White Queen Emma Frost, which is definitely needed. Probably another Black Queen as well. And then besides that, I'm hoping we get a Hellfire Goon, but I don't think we're going to. I think that is going to probably be the what's it called, Zach?
It's just, I guess, the next army builder.
Army builder that Hasbro Pulse is going to be doing.
Yeah.
So I would probably see them doing that bigger guy, Leland, and then also because they can maybe reuse that buck down the road for another bigger guy, and then Pierce is who I'm thinking they're going to do.
Mhm.
Donald Pierce.
Yep.
Yeah. It'd be cool. And is this kind of the scheme you want? This really classic. I'm assuming you want the classic Hellfire Club look.
I think I would. I mean, I have to see it, of course, but
Yeah.
and I'm trying to remember, Zach. Do you remember in the past, whenever we've gotten the SDCCs, we knew what was coming before we actually did the pre-orders usually, right? We'd seen it before.
Right.
That's what I thought too. So this is going to be just like thrown on us, I guess, if we're actually going to get to do the pre-orders tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be,
And this will be their SDCC exclusive
One of
box
them.
set.
They
One of
claim
them.
there's going to be 2 box sets. I think the other one is going to be probably a Fox X-Men 20th anniversary type box set movie. Don't know who's going to be in it. Some of the bigger names that have not had figures made are Storm, Rogue, Pyro. Who else? Sabretooth, if you're going to go that far with it, all the way back 20 years ago, do a Sabretooth and a Toad.
You're talking about the original.
The original from 20 years ago.
From 20 years ago.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
There was a lot of characters in that, man. A lot of characters. And I guess they weren't really doing it that well back then either. So they almost could do any of them. I mean, heck, they could give you a new Hugh Jackman,
Another Hugh Jackman in the box?
Yeah, I mean, on a better body mold,
Well, we already got 2.
You've got 2 of the original movie X-Men Hugh Jackman?
They just released 2 Hugh Jackman Wolverines in the Marvel Legends. So.
Oh, you mean like the Amazon exclusive?
You got that one, and then the so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want another one. I know Hugh Jackman is the man, but unless they did like a Logan itself, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, you had another couple predictions that me and you had talked about. You said Rogue and Pyro, Storm, Warpath, maybe.
So I'm thinking, and what's his name? Is that Rectangular?
Rectangular.
Rectangular's been all over those 2 rumors. But the fact that there's going to be a Storm and Warpath and a Rogue and Pyro. I'm thinking the Rogue and Pyro is not going to be the Rogue we want. I think it's going to be the X-Men movie Rogue and Pyro.
Okay.
So, we fans are definitely, pining to get that Rogue because she's so expensive on the market right now, But Pyro is definitely one that Zach's got sitting behind him that he's probably was contemplating wanting to get remade. So
yeah, I was gonna say that about could have been on his list.
Yeah, it was close.
But then the Storm, I don't know if it's gonna be the one they already showed us, or if maybe that was a tease of the SDCC we're gonna have. No, that's the regular Storm, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if that regular Storm that they've showed us off already with the new joint system, if that is going to be what's going to be in the 2-pack with Warpath, or if it's also going to be a movie one. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay. And then vintage Iron Man.
It's I was saying it's not gonna be Warpath, it's gonna be Thunderbird, but
Thunderbird, okay, the original Thunderbird.
Yeah.
That's his brother. Is that his brother? That's his brother.
Yeah, that's the one that got killed in like the first book, wasn't it? He was part of that original X-Men team, or the
I think so.
Not the original X-Men team, but the one that Wolverine started with.
Yeah.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
So yeah, what were we talking about there? The next one.
So vintage Iron Man animated.
So we kind of got teased in a couple of those interviews the other day that maybe the next vintage we're doing is an Iron Man. They said that they loved all those animated series, especially Iron Man and Hulk. So if they start touching base on some of those, like they did just now with the Spider-Man Classic vintage stuff, and before that they did the X-Men vintage stuff. So I could definitely see all kinds of armors just going nuts, and even villains like the Mandarin being built for the vintage Iron Man.
I like it.
Yeah, Mandarin, cool.
So this is what time is this happening tomorrow? What time is this starting?
At 12.
12 o'clock.
12 Eastern.
And that's Eastern time, 12 o'clock?
Yep.
Cool, man. All right, so I'll be tuning in for that. All right, and kind of the last thing, this was kind of a late add to our schedule tonight, but Neca put out some official images of their next 2 Cartoon Wave figures. So these will be available at Target. That's what we understand the Cartoon Wave is going to go through is Target. So we've got the Krang android body. Looks like we're going to get a Krang as well as the baby Shredder, which for some reason I can remember that. I remember seeing this, and I guess maybe as a kid this was part of the animated show, but I just can't remember what the storyline was in regards to. But I think this is awesome. This will probably be the most sought after figure that they've ever done. Would just be my guess. Yeah. I think this will make Metalhead look like he's probably going to be easy to get compared to this guy. He'll be a $200 figure on eBay by himself. So I'm really dreading trying to get this guy. Obviously I will try my hardest, but I'm really dreading the distribution process that NECA has to try to pick this guy up. And then the other one is Mondo Gecko, who was, it was funny, he was actually one of mine and my brother's favorite figures from the original line back in the day. And he'll come with his skateboard. And man, this guy, I mean, he looks like he literally came directly off the cartoon itself. What you can see in my news video that I did earlier today, I did a comparison with the two, and they just basically took it right off. But NECA did make an announcement today for all of us NECA fans. Tomorrow begins our Comic-Con from home coverage. Tuesday through Friday, new reveals and debuts almost every hour from 6 p.m. Yeah, so
and I feel like they've already started revealing stuff this past week, didn't they?
Well, I mean, look right. Yeah, and well, I mean, today's Monday, and they revealed Krang and Mondo Gecko. So, yeah, they're already kind of on their way, to revealing things. So,
wow.
Well, should be a big day. I think for us collectors, obviously we're not going to get San Diego Comic-Con, but I think it's going to be a fun next couple 4 or 5 days, as these companies kind of do, these digital reveals. I know Sideshow, started theirs today. So they revealed I thought it was a cool looking Silver Surfer maquette. It was getting a lot of flack. He's kind of in a museum pose. A lot of statue collectors weren't, they kind of wanted more dynamic poses on him. But I thought he looked pretty good. So I think all these different companies are going to be doing these digital reveals over the next few days. So lots of news videos for all of us to put out. We'll be racing each other to see who can get the news videos out the fastest. But anyways, well, Zach, man, I appreciate you being on the cast tonight with us. It was really cool to have you. Hopefully you'll be able to be a regular on here with us if we can get it worked into your schedule. And Dan, as always, it's good to talk toys, man.
Oh yeah, definitely love it.
Yeah. All right, Zach, last words.
Appreciate you guys having me, and keep collecting, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel, what you got, man?
Nothing, man. Just keep on watching our videos too. Support us. Give us some likes, thumbs up, and subscribe.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Everybody stay safe until next time.
Later.
Yeah.